Okay, alright, hello everyone, welcome back to our next tutorial. Today, in this session, we're going to be focusing on mixing and also adding effects to the sounds. So, after we've made a song here, we can actually, you know what guys, let's just take a look at it. So I'm gonna stop it right there. So let's talk about what mixing is. So basically, mixing is when after we've made an entire song here, sometimes the sounds kind of clash with each other and they don't entirely sound nice together. So by mixing and adding effects onto them, we're gonna try to make them more balanced and also better sounding with each other. So the first thing that I noticed on this song is this pattern right here, the melody. It kind of kicks in really hard. So up to the song up to about here, it's kind of soft, but it kind of gets really loud because of this pattern. So if we take a listen. So the first thing to do is we're gonna try to isolate the sound. So just right click on this button right here. So that's gonna kind of make everything else kind of faded and just show this one bar. So we can take a listen to this sound specifically. Alright, so it's kind of loud. So now we're gonna go into the mixer here. We're gonna play the song, keep on playing the song. So you can see that the sound has kind of been linked to these two things over here. So I'm not sure exactly why it's two, but it's okay. We're gonna go back into the mixer here. And let's keep on playing this sound. So I think that sounds much better now, but this pattern right here also kicks in really strongly. So if you take a listen right here. So that's a bit louder than I would want. So let's go back into the mixer after we've isolated the sound. Sound right here. So try turning it down a bit. I think that sounds better. So something else that I noticed with the song is this perk right here. It's called a tink. So it's really high and it doesn't sound very good. So basically, let's go into the mixer right here. It's right there. So first, I'm gonna turn this thing down a bit. So I'm also gonna add an effect onto it. So I think something really good here could be the let's go to the, let's see here, let's go to the EQ. Oh, this one. Replace it with the second EQ. So not sure if you can tell, but basically what the EQ does is if we click into it here. So when we play the song, basically where you see the light bands appear, that's kind of where the sound is in terms of frequency. So right here is kind of the higher frequencies, and here are the lower frequencies. So from what we can see is there's a lot of higher frequencies and basically no lower frequencies in this sound. By turning up and down the knobs here, we can basically decide how much we want of each sound. So by turning this knob, the highest knob, all the way down, this basically what it does is it removes the really high sounds, or it dampens them so it's not as displeasing to the ear. So we take another listen here. So I'm not sure if you can exactly tell, but a lot of the higher frequencies, the really high frequencies, have been removed from the sound. So perhaps we can show a more drastic example if we just turn this all the way here. You'd almost, it's much softer, and the sound kind of isolates kind of the lower frequencies in the sound, which there aren't a lot of. But let's turn it back over here. Thanks. So I think that sounds better. The hi-hats are a bit loud, so have that not be as high as before, so keep that there. Song sounds much better now, so if you take another listen to it here. I think this sound might still be a bit high, so let's isolate it and go into the mixer and keep on playing the song. Add another EQ right here. After mixing and adding some just little effects onto it, I think the song sounds much more cohesive now. It sounds much more pleasing to listen to.
Alright, so now I'm gonna come in and listen to it. So one thing that's good when you're mixing is to get other people to listen to it and tell you how they feel about it. And from listening to it, I think it's pretty good. All the sounds are pretty well balanced, and I'm gonna go into kind of mixing the kick and the 808. A lot of people have issues, especially me when I first started, to get the kick and the 808 to really stand out among the other sounds. So what I always do, this is just a tip for you guys. I've probably already talked about this in other videos, but you get the kick and it'll be around here as a default velocity, and if you just hold left click and turn all the velocities up, it'll just bring a lot of more power to the kick. So rather than having that's I find a lot better than just having it like this. So yeah, you can definitely tell that when it's maxed out like that, it's a lot better. And with the 808s, you don't want the 808s to be too loud and overpower the kick. So I definitely have the 808 turned down a little bit because this 808 itself is pretty loud, and I have a little bit of distortion on it to make it sound a little to boost. So what this does is, and if you turn it down, it kind of just like eases down these very low frequencies and actually gives a little bit more power to the kind of this area of the frequencies. So when you do that, it actually makes the kick a little more stronger. So together, it just sounds a lot better. And while you have these sounds kind of quiet, you always want these to kind of be really loud. So the kick should always be at 0 dB, like at right here at the limit. So it's like. That's one thing that can really make your beats sound good. Then you also have the hats. You don't want to make them too loud or too quiet. You just want to balance it out perfectly. And put an EQ on there and lower some of like the frequencies that you don't want in there if you need to. And I think other than that, it's mixed pretty well. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time. We hope you enjoyed watching us do some mixing. We hope you learned something, and we hope you tune in next time for our next video. And here's what it sounds like after the mixing.